So, hello again. I'm Anushka Dinalianige back with question set 21. Now, this is following the same scenario from questions 16 to 20. The same scenario that was established in question set 16. I'm sure you all know it by now. So let's get straight into it. So also, of course, if you haven't, just watch the previous videos. So let's get right into it. So here we have the first question. What is the highest mark obtained in the first term mathematics subject? We'll be consulting these tables right here. This table right here in question set 18 for reference for a lot of these questions. So it says here, what is the highest mark obtained in the first term mathematics subject? So they want us to use SQL queries to find out what was the highest mark obtained by the students in the first term mathematics test. So let's do it. Right, so here's my tables I've created from the past videos. A class table which contains the data of the classes that the students go to. So their classes, and then the exam term table which contains data about the term examinations, so the exam date and the term name, is it first term or second term, so information about the terms and the end of term examination dates. So it's all contained here. The student table which contains the data of all the students in this scenario. Student exam mark record which contains all of the marks obtained by all the students for all the subjects. That's there. And the subject, which as you may know, contain the details about the subjects that are present in this scenario: mathematics, science, senior language, and literature. So that I do where I created another query tab here. If you want to create another query tab, just this is where you write SQL queries. So you just right click and new query tab right here. So here we have to find out say the highest mark obtained in the first term mathematics subject. So I'm gonna write select maximum, and I'm gonna write down the table name first. And I'm going to put a dot there and select mark. So this is on the student exam mark record. We're going to select the mark column. So we're going to select the max, means select the maximum value. From student record. And we're going to put a where clause, a condition. It should be first term. So so before we do that, so where the where clause. So before we do that, we should do a sort of inner, as I've done in the previous previous questions. Join these tables up. So we need to join the exam term tables and the subject tables. So in order to accurately get data. So I'm gonna write inner join. So inner join, just to recap, inner join will basically join the tables uh, using a column that is it will join two columns that are join two tables, sorry, that is uh, that both have the same column in. So see, so here we have the term id. So we have given some ids to this data right here. So that's a foreign key in student exam mark record. This, it's a foreign key. So it's the same it's the same this is the same column in the exam term. So it uses foreign keys to join two tables together. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna join the student exam mark record table with the exam term table right now. So I'm gonna write down the so I'm gonna write down the database name. Select exam term on, and just to make it easy to read, I'm just gonna put a space here. So it's the same query. So and I just put a go to the next line because it will be easier to read than doing it in line. So like I said before, the exam term table, the term ID is a foreign key. That means it's the same in this term ID in the student exam mark record table. So that's how we're going to join. So let's say so I'm going to select this. This is the column, term ID column in the student exam mark record, and it's I'm going to put equal to and I'm going to select the term ID in the same column in the exam term table. So right there we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna further inner join the subject table, which is needed to accurately gain information regarding subjects in this example. So I'm gonna join that table also. And I'll put another space here. So here also, as I said, the subject ID is here. It's the same. Is a foreign key in here also. So this is the same column. So this subject ID column is the way we're gonna join the student exam mark record table with the subject table. Right. So this is the same. Subject ID column as this. So we have joined this up. So now we can get to the where. So now that we have joined these two, we can get to the where condition. So it should be first term. The term name should be first term. So I'm going to write down the column name here, term name, and then I'm going to put right and so other column name, so the subject name should be mathematics. Subject name, right, that is equal to mathematics. Next, the spellings are incredibly important when writing queries. So make sure the spellings are exactly the same as the one in the table here. Right. So let's see what happens. All right. Now we're reading everything. Let's see how this works. 90. Right. Now, for accuracy purposes, we got a value here. Now we're gonna go and check in this table right here. First term mathematics. Yep, it seems 90 is the highest number. I am Amanda Tilakaratna. Right. So that worked. Good. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. So what is the highest mark obtained in the second term science subject? So basically the same. We can use the same query. Just have to tweak the where conditions for a second. Just a bit. So in this time, I'm just gonna write for term name. I'm gonna write second term. And this time the subject name should be science. Right. So we have a second term science subject. So let's go check it out. Second term science subject. So here we have 95. Nope. So 95 is the highest number here made by Sadun Vijayaratna. Right. So it works. So it was basically the same uh, query that we made earlier. Just had to change the where conditions. So let's move on to the next question. What is the highest mark obtained by the students for all the subjects in the second term? What is the highest mark obtained by all the students, all the subjects in the second term? So, uh, so Basically, it says here that no subject name in particular for all the subjects. So I think we can just remove the subject name where condition here, and the term name should be second term seems. So let's see if this works. 98.5. Alright, let's do a bit of detective work here. So, yeah, this is the highest. I think this is the highest. Right? Sachira Vikramasinghe, this is the highest mark in a second term examination obtained by a student. So now that's done. So let's go to the next question. So it says here which subject got the highest marks in the second term. So we need to find the subject name. So I'm gonna scroll up, just go up, and I'm just gonna write, see if this works. I'm gonna write select subject name from the subject table where subject ID is equal to, and then I'm going to put a parentheses here. I'm going to put the end of the parentheses here. Basically make a subquery. Say subject ID, which is, this time I'm selecting the subject ID which is in student exam mark record. This I'm setting this now. And I'm going to put a where, and then I'm going to put a mark, then I'm going to write down mark. So so when writing, also when writing queries, when you're writing column names, you can either just put write it like this, So this is the column name, or you can write the student the first. You can first write the table name, and then put a dot, and then select the column. Then, so if you're writing column names, you can do both. So okay. there's no specific. Uh, there's no specific rule to which one to use. You can use both. So well, maybe not to confuse you guys, I guess I'll put it in. I'll put it like this. Alright, so mark, and then select this, and I'm going to put another parenthesis, and I'm going to close it here. So this is basically the thing. So basically select to subject name from subject, where subject ID is equal to, and then we select the subject the foreign key subject ID, which is student exam mark record, and then from there we select the mark column, and then from there we select the we go to this query right where we select the maximum mark. So going back here, it's still the second term, so it's still the second term and all that. So let's do this. Singular language and literature. So based on what we previously got down here, 98.5 was the highest subject, remember? So that's under singular language and literature. So yeah, so that the subject which got the highest marks is singular language and literature. All right. So let's go on to the next question. Find the details of the student who got the highest marks in second term. So now we need to find the details of the student. So let's do this. So they say to find all the details. So I'm gonna put a star mark here. Right, select all. And this time it is the student table. And then this time, so the student in the student table, the this index number is also a foreign key in this table. So you might have in this table, so you might have guessed. We're gonna select index number, make sure the spellings are correct. Spellings are important. And then here, from there we can select the foreign key index number. So check the spellings again. Yeah, right. So we select set off from student index number, select the student index number from student exam mark record, and then from there we select the mark, select the maximum marks, and check the where, and so on. And so where the term name, so let's check the where conditions. Still, it's the second term. So let's see if this works out. Hopefully it does. So so we basically selected all the student details from student and we took the index number, and which is also a foreign key in student exam mark record. So and also from student exam mark record, from there we selected the mark column and we did the same select mark while joining all the exam term table and the subject ID what we had done before. So let's see if this works. Okay, so Sachitra Vikram Singh, female. Alright, let's see if this works. Yep, she's a bright student who got the 98.5 in Sinhala language and literature. Yeah, yes, perfect. So let me check the index number. Index number is 3, and the female, yeah. Yep, everything is okay. Yeah. So that's how we got it. So Sajitra is our student we are looking for. And now let's go on to the last question. Find the details of the student who got the highest marks in mathematics in the first term examination and the class in which he studied. So we not only need to find the details of the student, we also need to find out the class of the class name. So same as we are selecting all these details. So the where condition must be changed a bit. So the term name is this time we're going back to the first term, and subject name is equals to mathematics, right? So first term and mathematics. Student. So as you know, the way we can join these up is the class ID. So the class ID here is a foreign key of the class ID in the class table. So that's how we're going to join. So I'm just write down the student class, the foreign key class ID, and then the class ID that is in the class table. So there we have joined it up, and now I guess the subqueries do not work in this here. So then and then I'm just gonna erase all this. So raise all this up here, select milk. So after this, and then we inner join the student exam mark record table to the student. So we join it up with that. And how do we do it? So as I've said before, the index number is a foreign key. It's a foreign key in the student exam mark record table. And then so I'm going to put the where in, and this is where the select max everything that query comes in. So we wrote down the everything here, the columns in the student table and also the class name in the class table. And to make that work, we inner join the student table with the class table, and then inner join the student table with the student exam mark record table. Just not to complicate things. Anyway, so and then we go on to the subquery of the mark records, the select max marks and everything, the entire max query. So we just came over here. Right. So, okay, see if this works. Gotta make few adjustments. Oh, now we have run it, and we finally have a name here, and then the Moses email and the class name. So that's a question here. Amanda got the highest marks in mathematics in the first term. So remember her name was changed here, so she in this table she was Tilakaratna, but then in the questions that followed she was changed. Last name was changed to Moses. So it seems here she has the highest number. So that's her details are displayed here, and her class name 11A. So let's go to student table and check up. So class ID is 1, 1 to the class table, and 1 is equal to 11a, right? So that works. It took some, it's a bit complicated than the rest, took some adjustments, so it's a errors here and there, but ultimately the final result is, so we selected the index number, first name, last name, gender, contact number, and class name, which is not which is from the class table and not from the student table, then from student, and then we inner join the class table like this, and then we inner join the student exam mark record table with the student index number. So with the student table, we inner join student exam mark record with the student table, and then we selected the mark column to for this to make this subquery that we have created in the previous questions to find out the maximum marks and the where condition for the first term. The term name should be the first term and the subject name should be mathematics. So that's it. So that's all there is for question set 21. One a bit advanced here. So next time I'll be back with question set 22. Thanks for watching.